I don't know why this was the first introduction we decided for him to have to me. But he came over to my house and we went brewery hopping with a bunch of my friends who he had never met before. And we decided to take a guy's car and a girl's car. So he was just in a car with a bunch of guys that he's never met before who were all pretty drunk and probably giving him a hard time. But he handled it insanely well. And I was like, okay, if he's willing to go through all of this for a girl that he literally just started dating a couple months ago, like maybe he kind of likes her a little bit. So, yeah, and now we're here. So it's just been such a huge honor to be able to see y'all's love grow and y'all's relationship grow and develop. And I'm so excited to see it grow and develop even more and change in such good ways in the future. And I'm just so happy for y'all. I love you so much. Congratulations.
One second, if I don't have my notes out, then no speeches. That's probably the only thing I'll say this whole time is directly from the phone. Well, thanks everyone for coming. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the lovely couple. I love you both very much and very happy for you. My name is Matt. I'm Dana's older brother, one of two older brothers, along with AJ. And I had a great time growing up with Daniel. It was a blessing to know him as a kid. But if you ask him, I don't know if he thinks that way. Because sometimes I get the feeling he didn't have a great time growing up with me. He's always telling people that growing up, our brother AJ was physically abusive. And his brother Matthew, myself, was emotionally abusive. No one calls CPS, it's just a joke. Well, today, Daniel, since you picked me as your best man, with this honor, I feel obligated to turn over a new leaf. It's time for a nice Matt. For inspiration, I Googled how to be a good older brother. I probably should have looked that up like a few years ago, but better late than never. So the first thing that popped up said, it's important to remember this, don't assume that you're better than your younger sibling. When I read that, I decided to take my speech a different route. Now, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone, I'm going to try to follow that advice. So in terms of my sense of superiority over Daniel, if you look at the facts, it's a bit misplaced. When you compare the things that we're interested in, which is a lot, that we share together in terms of our interests, you're at least competitive, if not better than me. For example, in school, I got my accounting degree in 5 years, you got yours in 4. Soccer, I was proud of making the varsity team my freshman year.
That's
you
my
didn't
turn.
And then right off the bat, freshman year instead of at the end of the year. And then, arguments, I used to think I could win any debate against you, maybe that's just because I was talking louder. These days, Daniel will just tell me anytime I'm using a straw man or some sort of logical fallacy. He'll let me know right away. And the list goes on. So the older brother superiority myth is clearly busted. However, I will say there are a few things that I can point to that still make me feel superior. For one, I am capable of singing a song in more than one note. And also, a textbook example of tone deafness. Those hymns we sang today, if y'all were at the ceremony, I heard that in one note. So I had the best seat in the house and the worst seat. I've never been caught illegally smuggling firearms in the Port of Houston. I am glad that they let you off the hook on that. I don't want to be a brother to a felon. And then I've never driven into the back of our neighbor's truck, parked on the street, and then just drove home as if nothing ever happened, hoping nobody saw. No, but I saw. And I immediately ran and told our father. Despite his begging and protests not to tell. Finally, when I write best man speeches, I'm able to come up with more than 30 seconds. seriously, Dana, I'm so proud of you. Growing up with you was obviously a blast. You know, you're one of my best friends. Actually, for those of you who don't know, Dana and I were actually roommates for a year during the pandemic. It's forgivable if you didn't know that because I basically bailed immediately after moving in with him to go live with my fiance Jordan because of the pandemic. Of course, we quarantined. That's why I moved in. And I might be kind of a jerk for leaving you to tend to the apartment all by yourself. It did seem to work out pretty well since Jordan's roommate Sam and you had a chance to get to know each other through that. And Sam, since you, me, and Jordan were playing board games and watching TV together and hanging out long before this guy came around and put the moves on you, I've had the pleasure of being your friend for a long time, and I'm very happy to be able to call you my sister. I love you, Sam. And I also love how much of a blessing you two are to each other. It's so impressive how clear it is in all circumstances that you two are each other's biggest advocates. You're always making excuses for each other. I mean, I should have stuck to the notes. You're each other's biggest advocates. You're good listeners to each other, especially you, Sam, because you have to do a lot of listening. It's clear that God speaks through the way you two treat each other, and I think everyone here is blessed to know this couple and is excited to see you two grow together for many more years to come. Cheers to Sam and Danny.